my name is Savannah Wheeler, and today I'll be talking to you about my school finance project according to the 2015 accountability ratings released by the Texas Education Agency. The school we will be looking at today is my school, Kirby World Academy, here in Wichita Falls, Texas. It services grades 6 through 8. Kirby is also an International Baccalaureate school. We are the middle years program. So what the International Baccalaureate is a worldwide organization that allows students to potentially graduate with up to 50 hours of college credit. Another great thing with this program is that all their credits and their GPA will transfer to any Ivy school in the world. Even though Kirby does have such a prestigious organization in its midst, there are still some demographics and some interesting interesting demographics about the school. The campus size is currently 610 students, servicing grades 6 through 8. There will be many more 6th graders that join us next year, with the district moving all 6th grade up to middle school. 83% of students are economically disadvantaged, so a lot of the battles that we face at Kirby are not just academic struggles, they are life struggles in teaching these students the proper skills in order to be successful in life. And we'll speak a little bit more about that later on in the presentation. There's a 6.2 ELL English language learner percentage and almost 18% SPED population, special education, as well as an 18% mobility rate. Here we see the report from the Texas Education Agency over the 2015 accountability summary for Kirby. At first glance, you see the green, you see met standard, which is a great accomplishment. But if we look a little closer at these specific indexes, the performance index report, Kirby met standard by the skin of their teeth, truly. If you'll see the first index, student achievement, Kirby missed the mark by 6 points. If you look at Index 2, Student Progress, they made the mark by 2 points, but they did make the mark. Index 3, Closing Performance Gaps, they met the mark exactly. And then Index 4, Post-Secondary Readiness, again, they met the mark by 2 points. So even though it is an accomplishment to meet standard, you have to think futuristically, and you have to think about the aspects that need to be put into curriculum and put into the forefront in order for students to reach greater achievement goals. Next year we might not be as fortunate if certain steps are not taken in order to ensure student achievement. So where there is no vision, the people perish. I fully believe that statement. And today we're going to be looking at various components of the data that we just analyzed, and most importantly, how that data is impacted by budgetary decisions. But like I said, where there is no vision, the people perish. We have to set goals, and we have to set a clear vision and expectation for our students and staff and administration in order for this to work and in order for improvement to be made. At Kirby World Academy, through committed educators engaging curriculum and extracurricular activities and opportunities, students will be conditioned to become lifelong learners and productive members of society. We will work together with students, parents, and the community to create a global learning environment that is committed to the educational, social, and intellectual needs of the student body. Another goal that we have set for our campus is to not only meet standard, but exceed standard and meet it in all 4 indexes. If we'll talk about communicating strategies, data analysis, student performance, we have to develop a shared ownership in the vision and the goals set for the school. We have to share this data with the students. I do not feel that these kiddos are too young or they won't understand. It is absolutely imperative that they know what they've done, what goals that they've reached already, and then what goals that they need to reach in the future and what it's going to take to get there. It takes setting goals and setting expectations for students to achieve. Secondly, we need to send home that data and all of the goals and the vision home to parents. Parents and guardians need to be able to keep their students accountable at all times. And as well as sending all of that information home, that data and those goals need to be posted in numerous visible places so that students can be frequently reminded of what they are set out to achieve. And also for teachers to know that there is a goal and there are accomplishments that need to be reached, and so that'll keep teachers accountable as well. So if we talk about managing resources, this is where we'll get into more budgetary decisions. There are 3 types of resources that schools utilize the most: fiscal, personnel resources, and material. Fiscal resources come in terms of state and government funding. Kirby is a Title I school, and so there is specific funding to help improve the campus from the government. This money can only be used in a specific way. So listing that out for teachers, being upfront, telling them what they can and cannot purchase with this money, and utilizing that money to improve classrooms, improve instruction, is something that needs to be taken care of right away. Personnel. It is ideal to have every single teacher on staff that is 100% engaged, 100% involved with students, and does their job 100% of the time. It's not always the case, but when hiring teachers, I think it's really important to look at higher quality teachers and to spend the money in order to hire those teachers that are going to make a great impact on the school and specifically their department. It would be nice to be able to hire more teachers to reduce the class size. Kirby fortunately has about 17 students to each class, which is lower than the district and lower than the state average. However, reducing those class sizes even more will serve students, and specifically these students, more so. If that's not a possibility, if it's not in the budget, I would truly like to hire more inclusion teachers. I think that inclusion teachers are the unsung heroes of education. They are great helpers, they are great instructors, they are great workers, and they care for kiddos. They love students and they assist teachers in so many ways. I feel like inclusion teachers help bridge the gap to that one-on-one instruction with students. And so I want that to be a focal point in our personnel resources. And also focusing on quality. I know a lot of times when it's running close to the school year and we have to make some hires, we as administrators might rush into making a hire to make sure a spot is filled, but I fully believe in focusing on quality of instructors so that those instructors can make a greater impact on student learning. Material resources, in managing that, teachers need to have a voice. We can't just purchase things and expect the teachers to use them. Instead of doing that and having curriculum and materials go to waste, teachers need to put in their input. They need to explain and express what they need to make their classroom the best place it can possibly be. Next, we're going to talk about how we're going to align resources with the campus vision. Curriculum must be top-notch, and it must be aligned with all the TEKs, especially the TEKs that we have set in place that we know we struggle with the most. We need to utilize funds for effective curriculum and curriculum trainings. Teachers have to be prepared and they have to be knowledgeable in the material that they will be teaching. Teachers will be allowed an extra department planning period. I know that this is where those extra teachers hired are going to come into play, because with teachers teaching less classes, we have to have people to put into those spots. But an extra department planning period is going to allow for teachers to continually assess progress of students, and it's going to help them continually align curriculum to their struggles and their needs in their own classroom. Along with the continual assessment in the alignment, regular staff meetings need to be held monthly, I believe, in order to kind of reassess, hold each other accountable, refocus on the vision, and get recalibrated. Student learning focus. Like I said previously, we need to utilize title money and other fiscal resources. There are grants out there that we can file for and apply for. We need to utilize money that's out there and other monies to ensure, and this is a huge goal for our campus, that there are one-on-one Chromebooks for all students 6 through 8. We're big believers in the ability to give students opportunities through technology. We need to utilize funds to update technology in the classroom. We struggle with that. And this past year, we've made a huge jump in the amount of technology that's been updated, but there's still so much to go. And then each teacher needs to have a personal iPad that they can utilize for instruction, they can utilize for grading, they can utilize for taking attendance, and all of those things. Next, this is what I was speaking about previously in the beginning, impacts on students, how to mitigate the impact of poverty. As you saw in the data, we have an 83% economically disadvantaged student population, and so this does raise many concerns. One of the best things we can do, though, the most important thing, is provide equitable opportunity for all students. We need to utilize the community to give students opportunities they wouldn't otherwise have. One of the wisest things a school can do is use no-cost community participation to enhance student learning and student growth. It's zero cost to the school to have the chief of police come and speak to the students and encourage them on what it takes to be successful members of society. And overall, our goal is to equip students with the tools necessary to be successful. You know, if that means teaching them how to cook a good meal, teaching them how to handle money, teaching them basic skills that they might not be learning anywhere else. That should be a definite focus with these specific students. Overall, making a difference. You can make a difference with knowledge. Knowledge is power. We must educate our staff and students on local, state, and federal law. Each member of the school and of public schools all across the nation should know their rights. They need to understand how laws work in order to make the most out of their public school experience. And that ties in with educational reform, voting. When we have certain members of Congress, local, federal, state, government officials, we need to know what they think about education. We need to know what they plan to do with finances in education in the state of Texas and for the United States. When voting for new members of those positions, we need to know what they believe about education. We need to know what they think about education. We also need to know what type of financial plan they intend on putting in place. And it's up to us to teach our students, their parents, their guardians, and overall the community to use their voice to ensure that our students have the best future that they possibly can. And this all ties down to utilizing resources, educating people, in making the proper budgetary decisions in order to ensure student growth and achievement. If all of these things are done, if all of these things are committed to and wise decisions are made, I fully believe that not only will we meet the vision of Kirby World Academy, but we will meet the standard in all 4 indexes and continue to exceed and grow and see student achievement and growth throughout 6th through 8th grade.